it's hard. It seems like they've hit this casting like rut where it's hard to find these women that are dynamic. Bethenny had businesses going, like, she'd been engaged multiple times. She like fought with the women. There was just so much there. She wasn't rich, but she was aspiring. They were making fun of her. But you know what I mean? Like it just, even like Luann, even, they all Ramona, right? Initially Ramona was married. She had her daughter. They they played tennis. They went out to the Hamptons and they got to, it's just like, I don't know. They need people with more than just, I'm divorced and now rich. Like you have to be doing something and they don't really do anything.
No, they don't, which is, well, New York, I mean, I was out with Housewives last night. Let's just not get into who, but they agreed with me that like New York, they were like New York, they don't know. Nobody knows anything. And it was not New York Housewives, but they said not when New York comes back, if. And I'm like, thank you. That's what I've been saying forever. Yeah. If. I'm not so convinced. I'm not that it's going to come back. And if it does, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be one or two. I don't think they would keep one person. I think there are two. I think there are three. These are the three most likely scenarios. A, Roni will never be back, or I'll be back years from now. 2, they will keep 2 OGs and 3 people will be fired. And with 2 people kept, they will hire 5 new people. 2 OGs. 3, they will keep nobody and start with a whole new cast. That is what I think. I think Ebony and Leah are definitely gone. And I think one of the 3 OGs is gone. Not that I have a plan in my mind. I just think if they went that route, keeping one is the strangest thing. Like one, that makes no sense. So it would be like 2 and then a whole new show. And then it will be like 5 new people. I think that's the most likely, but I can make cases for...
I think Sonja's gone. I think people are done with that townhouse. The toaster never came out. It's looking tired. It's looking tired.
I think so too. I mean, Ramona tests really well. Her Q score is great. I mean, she was the source of an investigation involving HR, this whole thing. And she's going to be like, think about it. If it doesn't come back for like 2 years, she can be like 65. Again, I love Housewives in the 50s and 60s. Just as a producer, that ain't helping her case. That's the only reason why I think it could be Ramona, but I would agree. I think it's Sonja. And here's the thing, what they do is they use you for continuity for one season. That's what they did. That's what they're doing with Shannon Beador. They're going to fire. Shannon's being fired. I'm going to go out and say it.
But she, that there again, like to me, the act has run its course. Like Shannon, it's done, like she's divorced. She was rich. We followed like her cheating husband there. It's been done. We've seen all of Shannon's tears. I think you and I disagree on this, but I do think Tamra, I love Tamra Judd. I think she had like another season in her. I think Vicky did. I mean, Steve like allegedly may have cheated on Vicky. He ran for governor. I mean, there's so much. To me, Vicky does always have drama.
I think that they did. I mean, look, I think they kept Shannon to be like, they needed the continuity because Jeana and Emily are still new, quote, 3rd season. And bringing back Heather, I think they kept Shannon for continuity, like of feeling old, like old school. And I think that they kept her to have Dubrow take her out back. You know what I mean? Like this is going to be epic. They're going to go at it. And Shannon's going to be like, Shannon's done. Like, I hope she knows this. So that's what they do. So it's like, I feel like they would keep the OGs in New York, 2 of them for one season to just go down in flames. Like they look what they did with Dorinda. Like they bring you down in flames. And here's the thing. I did think Vicky and Tamra maybe had more in them, but I think this season now, by the end of it, this feels like the rebirth. The same way we talk about Erica Jane, like we talk about Erica Jane and Lisa Rinna and Dorit. They're not old. They've only been around for how many? Like they've been around for a lot of seasons, but it's almost like it was that shift with the one season with like Erica and Rinna coming, and then Dorit the next season that like shifted back. Like this is the shift season of the OC that at the end of it, like Tamra and Vicky to me now, if they came back, would feel so out of place. It's a different show. And Emily and Jeana, are going to earn their place this season and then move on to a fourth season as like the Greek chorus that they are.
Okay, well, I love that. I love Emily. I love Emily's like discussion about her weight and how she doesn't look like the stereotypical OC woman. And even Jeana. I mean, Gina's gone through different like highs and lows with her weight. I think that's much more real, I think, sometimes than some of the other women. So I do enjoy the OC now.
It's, and by the way, David, check your ass at the door. Cause like you're talking as if like you're the one making these decisions. Like, I don't know for sure. Like, I mean, like, I'm not, I mean, get off your arrogant high horse, David. But I have to say, I'm usually right. Really. I went out with a different housewife 2 nights ago and she was like, Leah's coming back. And I'm like, I don't know if Leah told you that and that's what she's putting out to the world. And like, honey, the more you say that to me is not going to get me to repeat it. I'm behind the velvet rope because it ain't fucking true. Like, and I don't even believe that you believe that, but if you believe that, then you have no clue of how housewives work. There's 0% chance that Leah McSweeney is back. 0. I'm going to say 0.
Wow.
Because nobody cares. Nobody is talking. Nobody. The only thing people are talking about is who is it going to be between Luann, Sonja, and Ramona. That's the conversation that gets people talking. I'm not saying I don't want Leah to come back. I'm not saying anything against her or Ebony. I'm just saying it's not going to happen. The thing went down in flames. It was a horrible season. So as far as ratings, and so Leah, they're not going to stick their neck out to save someone who's been there for 2 years. No way. She's going to get thrown into the swoop. But anyway,
all right.
The Housewives of the North Pole. What a lovely time to discuss this. Anyone, guys, first of all, there is this movie out there, if you're not aware of it. I'm sure a lot of this audience is aware of it, but I'm not sure everyone has really watched it or is going to watch it. Listen, here's the thing. This is a scripted show. Now, a scripted movie. Let me just start by saying Kyle Richards fought very hard against this title. I'm giving you some tea, although it's out there. Yeah, yes. She really didn't want this title.
Why?
Because, she was in Halloween earlier this year. She was in Halloween Kills. And she just got signed on to be in the final Halloween ever, Halloween Ends. And her role has been drastically increased because she did so well. And she is going to be in it she has apparently a lot of scenes with Jaime Lee Curtis. Like Kyle.
Really? Kyle is like emerging as an actress. Like I love.
Yes.
Okay, this is the gift I feel like of Housewives is it really is making stars of women over 50. And I think that is so enormous. Like Andy Cohen, NBC, they deserve so much credit for that. I love to see her emerging as I don't know, legit actress, but as an actress.
Well, you know what it is? I think that,